Jayakumar, we are starting. Namaskaram, everyone. So we are starting with the today's self-empowerment program. This is our 14th online module of self-empowerment program, which is conducted at the end of every month. And this is our central presidential program of Indian Fertility Society, which is coordinated by Dr. Bharti Dhore Patil Madam from Pune. And this is our series of journey of self-transformation. So I welcome you all for this self-empowerment program. And today we have a very interesting talk on the healing power of yoga therapy, integrating body, breath, and mind. I welcome Aarthi Jayakumar, our speaker. She is also with us. Welcome, Aarthi ji. And this program is specially designed to empower oneself. And in today's episode, we will be learning about the knowledge and practices of yoga therapy, focusing on the integration of body, breath, and mind. We'll be exploring the principles of yoga therapy, cultivating about the body, awareness, and we'll learn how to harness the power of breath to manage stress, promote relaxation, and cure many other things, which will be listening from Aarthi ji, and we'll discover the practices how to integrate mind and body. So let's begin this journey together. For this, I will like to request Dr. Ritu Khanna. She is our Senior Vice President of Indian Fertility Society, and she's the director of Khanna Medical Center Fertility Clinic, and she comes from the holy city of Varanasi, and she has a lot of credits to her awards, and she has been a pillar of support for our self-empowerment program. I welcome Dr. Ritu. So I'll request you to please deliver the welcome address.
Thank you so much, Dr. Leena. And first of all, I would like to really congratulate the team for the Self-Empowerment program. Our dynamic, mentor, Dr. Bharti Dhore Patil Madam, and of course, our very, very vibrant teachers who are Dr. Rajvi and Dr. Leena, and she's also the treasurer of Indian Fertility Society. And I must say that this program, Self-Empowerment program, is one of its kind. Today's self-empowerment program is the 14th online module and which is held every, at the end of every month. So we all must be ready. In fact, I always wait for this program. And today is the healing power of yoga. I think it's more than just a workout. In today's era, we have a lot of rushed living. There's a fast-moving technology and a perpetual hum of anxiety. And ancient yoga thereby emerged as a very, very powerful antidote, a heaven of peace, and a path to integration. So, welcoming our guest speaker, Aarthi Jayakumar ji, I think integration of the mind, body, and spirit is unleashing an inner healing force much stronger than just a conventional workout. So, with all the best wishes, I trust that this is going to be a very engrossing session. So thank you so much, Dr. Leena, and all the best for this program.
Thank you, Dr. Ritu. Thank you very much for your support. So I'll request Dr. Shweta Mittal. She's our Secretary of Indian Fertility Society. Dr. Shweta, have you joined? You're there? I think she will be joining us soon. So I'll request our coordinator for the program, Dr. Bharti Dhore Patil Madam. She is with us. Madam she's the director of Shri Hospital Pune, renowned IVF specialist. And she has done Bhagavad Shastra, she has done she preaches Gita, and a very spiritual person. I'll request Dr. Bharti, Madam.
Yes.
Yes.
Good evening, all. Thank you so much, Leena.
Yeah.
Welcome, Aarthi ji, for this different program which we actually Indian Fertility Society, Dr. Pankaj Talwar, Dr. Ritu Khanna, Dr. Shweta Mittal, all have encouraged us to have this program, which we also didn't know how it is going to unfold, isn't it, Leena?
Yeah.
It's actually, it just unfolded. And we had almost 14 different topics altogether to have the self empowerment. And on top of that, now 14th is you going to tell the healing power of yoga. Means like it's not only your empowerment, but the patients also you can empower. That is something I think very, because yoga is actually means to connect, and once you start connecting with your body and mind together, things works. We are not only the body. So the moment concept goes in the mind, your inner feeling starts completely different way to react to it. So thank you so much. And to introduce our speaker, just a minute. Dr. Aarthi Jayakumar is an yoga therapist, and she's a professionally yoga therapist with over 15 years of experience, specializing in women's health, especially in fertility, conception, prenatal and postnatal care. And she's a founder of Pragya Yoga Shala, offering yoga therapy classes, one-on-one session and workshops, deeply integrates chanting into asana and pranayam practice with strong commitment to the Krishnacharya tradition. So she is actually certified yoga by the course and yoga acharya, multiple prenatal yoga certification she had from international schools, and she has ongoing 4-year yoga shastra course with senior teachers like Krishnacharya tradition. Professionally, she is a founder and lead yoga therapist in Pragya Yoga Shala, and she's a core team member of Yoga Vahini Yoga Sadhana program. Organizes and facilitates retreats, workshops on Yoga Sutras. She has a special interest in skills in the women's health and holistic well-being, chanting integration in yoga therapy. This is something very unique. Designing progressive workshops and retreats, and she's an in-depth study of yoga sutras and traditional chanting practice. With this, uh, we know that we are going to have a very different program, and we are looking forward. Aarti's, her introductory slide itself was so cute, very, folding the hands, and I was so impressed, Aarti, with that. So, welcome, Miss Aarti, for the program today.
Yeah, till
You're,
RTG, you're
you're
putting up
mute.
slides.
You're mute.
Thank
Yeah.
Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to
Dr.
be here.
Dr.
Thank you for
Shweta is
having
also there.
Yeah, Dr. Shweta, can you hear us?
Dr. Shweta is our secretary, so I think her blessings, if she's been there,
She's not
Yeah,
just
there.
few
Just
words.
I think there's some
Dr.
little bit of
Network.
network problem.
Yes.
Okay, so we
Okay,
can
and
start,
we'll start.
RTG.
She's mute again.
RTG, unmute yourself.
Yeah, yeah. I was just getting my screen ready. I hope you're able to see the screen fully.
Yes, we can see.
Thank you. So I request you to have your videos on. So it's nice to see some faces other than mine on, even though they are on small tiles. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to work on this journey together with all of you. So we were discussing on the topic on what we do, how we bring in yoga therapy. So this is something that is very close and very personal to me. The healing power of yoga therapy, how we integrate the body, breath, and mind. So we will start with a small prayer. like we always do in our tradition. It's a short prayer to Sri Krishnamacharya. Yogena chittasya padena vacha malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarottam pravaram munina patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. Shri Krishna Vagisha Yateshwarabhyam Samprapta Chakrankana Bhashya Saram Shri Nutna Rangendra Yatau Samarpitaswam Shri Krishna Maryam Guruvarya Midi Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I request all of you, I chose this photo because I want to start with some palming. So if any of you are wearing glasses, I request you to remove your glasses and then place your palms like a cup. Make a cup with your palms and place it over your eyes and just inhale freely and exhale with a hum. Just do Brahmari. Just few breaths, please. Yes. Yeah, you can remove your glasses and beautiful. Take your palms off. This was just a short practice for you to experience what even 3 breaths can do. I'm sure by the time that all of you took your eyes off, it would have been around 2 to 3 breaths that you guys would have taken. So you experienced what happened with that. So let's just stay with that and we will revisit it soon. Okay. Now, what is yoga? So Dr. Bharti ma'am, she said how yoga is not, how the practice is not about the body. You always integrate your breath and your mind, and it is so important. They are not separate. So normally, the common definition that people say for yoga is when we ask, everyone connects with the definition union. But I wanted to bring in some different definitions. So the first one being apraptasya praptihi yogaha. This is something Krishnamacharya ji has always taught us. So which simply means what was not possible before is possible now. So now why I chose these 4 definitions is I thought it was pertaining to the profession that you do. So now when patients come to you, they mainly come having a hope, because they are not able to achieve something in their life. They want to have a child. So you do your magic tricks, you do your treatment, your therapy, and eventually for many of them, they conceive and they have a child. So something which was not happening earlier, they have traveled in this journey with you and it happens now. This is also yoga. That is yoga. This is how we bring yoga into our life and not look at yoga as something done on the mat. This is what is yoga therapy. We'll move deeper into that. Now, next is what is yoga is Shantam. Why am I saying yoga is Shantam? By Shantam here, I mean just being quiet and coming back to your center. You meet so many patients in a day back to back. It is exhausting for you physically and even so more emotionally listening to everyone. So when you are able to take even just that one breath, that's why I asked you to just place your palms there and do a hum. If between patients, if you're able to do just one breath of this humming, you will actually get in touch with that space of Shantam. And when that happens, and when you're able to talk to your patients, you will be so much more calmer and quieter, and their agitated energy will not rub onto you, because energy is such a strong thing. No, you can easily catch on. And that too, throughout the day, if you're talking to so many people who are pretty anxious, it can definitely get you at some point. So when you do this one breath, you can actually come back to your center. And that is yoga. So this is how we bring in yoga. Next, yoga is relationship. So first, I will start off with from the gross, in the sense that relationship with your patients. Okay, to begin with, it's a journey, right? The procedure, it doesn't happen overnight. They have to come back. They sometimes, they have tests and they bring the reports and then they go back. So you are with them for quite some time, holding their hands and being with them. So it's a relationship. Now that also, if you connect from a space of Shantam, that relationship is even more stronger. Now, for you to be able to connect to them that way, I will go a little more deeper to yourself and I will say, yoga is a relationship that you have with your body, with your breath, with your mind. So, very simply, just observing this is yoga. When you just see what is happening in my body now, or when you notice, say, for example, something is happening that has disturbed you, can you just connect to your body once again and see? Sometimes our hands might tremble. Sometimes there might be a choking in our throat because you're uncomfortable about something. Just by connecting to that, that is yoga, because you're mindfully watching something. You're being aware of that thing. Now, that is yoga. Now, what is Dukkha Viyogam? This has been beautifully given in Bhagavad Gita. I'm sure Bharti ma'am will know about this since she's a Bhagavad Gita expert. So, not being carried away by the challenges that the patients come with, but instead trying, connecting with them with compassion, but then also maintaining your distance so that it doesn't impact your daily life. So that viyogam that we do, that is the another definition. So these I thought was yoga for you, pertaining to you. These definitions, these are personally my favorite. Yoga is relationship is my favorite definition. And then I thought I should bring in because it made a lot of sense to what all of you do as well. We'll move on to the next one now. Okay. Now, I didn't want to go into the thing of, defining yoga therapy and all that, but I just thought I will go over the overview of what is yoga therapy, what it is made out of. Okay, so the first one, I would say it is individual centric in the sense that we look at the person who comes for the practice and not at, do we have to do this asana, that pranayama? No, it's about the person. Next, it goes into that. It works with the person, not just the symptom. Say, for example, now we have a student who comes to us with a disc bulge in the lumbar spine or with spondylosis or say with irregular menstruation. There are many students who come like this, but that doesn't mean the same practice will apply for everyone. It depends on the person, even though they come with similar conditions. Then what is other important thing that we do? Obviously, we integrate the body, the breath, and the mind. They always work in a continuum. There is a beautiful continuum between the body, the breath, and the mind. It's never individual or independent. Now, addressing the person in their context. What do we mean by that? By that, we mean, see, we ask questions when a student comes to us for consultation. When they walk into the room itself, we start observing them. How are they walking? How is their shoulder? How are their hands? And we observe their feet. We look for flat signs of flat foot. Like this, we observe the student as they are walking itself. And then when they come and sit down, we ask them questions, they answer. So we understand the students better. And this way, we are able to give them a personal practice. So now, by their context, what I mean here is, say someone like you, doctors like you who come and they say that, we want a practice for say such and such thing. First, one of the questions we ask is, how long do you have for practice? If you say, see, I'm so busy, I have only 10 minutes. We say that's totally fine. 10 minutes is so precious. You can do wonders in that. 10 minutes you practice first thing in the morning. That's it. Your day is done. Go through your day. That 10 minutes practice will actually help you to carry yoga throughout the day. Now, that is what is the intention of yoga therapy. We want you to live yoga in whatever aspect you do in your life. The next one, function over form. We love this. Okay. So in our classes, we have students who think yoga is equal to Surya Namaskar. It is such a common thing that I always listen. This morning, I had a consultation with someone who has actually hurt his shoulder pretty badly. And poor fellow, he's telling me, ma'am, with great difficulty, I managed to do at least 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar every day. I felt so bad for him. And then I told him, you know what? You don't have to do Surya Namaskar. There is so much other things that you can do, which will actually help you. In fact, for anything right now, Surya Namaskar is contraindicated for you. You shouldn't be doing it. Yeah, so this is a common perception that we see people have, that yoga is Surya Namaskar, 108 Surya Namaskars. So yeah, that's another thing. Next, complements modern medicine. This is a beautiful thing. So I have worked, like I said, with women's health for some time now. So when we did our Yoga Vaidya course in this tradition, I studied at Yoga Vahini with my teacher Saraswati Vasudevan. So we had to do a project, and my research was on impact of yoga therapy in irregular menstruation. So when we did that, we worked hand in hand with gynecologists, and I had a student in that group who has had irregular menstruation since she was 17 years old, and she was 29 when she came for these classes. So they had put her on some progesterone inducing medications to regulate her hormone cycle and everything. And the doctor had said, you come and meet me after 3 months. For 3 months, you take these medications. So she started this, and she started the practice also. So the medications helped in regulating her cycle. She was getting her period for those 3 months. And after the 3 months, the doctor said, okay, since you're doing yoga, also take a break. Let's see what happens. So after 3 months, she stopped her medication and she continued the practice. And we noticed, so her cycle used to be once in 3-4 months and all. And from that, it had come, the next cycle was in 45 days. For the next 2 cycles, month 4 and month 5 was 45 days. Then month 6, 7, and 8 was actually 33 days. So we tracked the thing without the medication. She had started practicing regularly. Now this also happened. No? She was very happy. Everything was fine. It was like after many years, she's getting cycle in like 35 days and all that. And they were traveling. It was a vacation time. For almost 2 months, she stopped practice. And then she said, Aarthi, I stopped practice. Now my cycle has gone back to 42 days. This time I got the cycle only at 42 days. So it's like that. We have to continue. So it's making yoga a part of life, but it really complements medicine. Like we have students who come, I have students with IVF students whom I work with. I see that obviously the treatment, there's so much of anxiety. Yoga can help to reduce stress so much. That has been proven through, research-based evidence papers and all that also, how a good practice for that student can actually help them to reduce stress. Moving on. Okay, now what yoga therapy is not. This is the biggest thing. It is not one size fits all. Like I said, in a week, we have say maybe 4 or 5 students who come with the same complaint of spondylosis. Okay, say, and that too in the same lumbar, in their cervical spine. Just say in C4, C5 itself, it's happening. It's the it's the same for everyone. But that doesn't mean that the practice will be same. Okay, one person for simply could have spondylosis, but they could have something in their knee also. Another person could be overweight. Another person could have high blood pressure with spondylosis. So everyone's practice will differ. Just because they have spondylosis, it will not be the same practice for everybody. The next thing, pushing beyond capacity. Now, in certain modalities of practice, it is normally asked, try to push yourself, go further, challenge yourself. That is not something we do in yoga therapy. Because it is therapy, we work on healing the students. So we say, watch your breath. I would like to reiterate this one line I'm going to say now. Your breath is your best friend. It is the best feedback device. Okay. So when you push yourself to do something, say you're able to only bend down so much, but then you somehow want to make your forehead touch your knees. Okay. Which is something that students tell me, ma'am, my forehead does not touch the knee. So that is not the goal at all. The goal is something else here. So at that time, when you're pushing, if you notice, your breath starts to become agitated. So your breath is actually a feedback device. It is telling you, don't do that. And when you push beyond that point, sometimes injuries happen. So you have to listen to your breath. This is a very simple example. Now, again, if the mind is very stressed and agitated, if you actually look at your breath, it will be restless, right? Again, it is showing you this is what it is. That is why I love the statement that our teacher made. Your breath is your best friend. So keep connecting to it every time. Okay. Okay, now next one. Okay, the components of practice, we've already discussed this in some way or the other. Even though it's been listed as body, breath, and mind as 3 different boxes, I would definitely say, like, again, Dr. Bharti's words, they are a continuum. The breath, body, and mind always work together. In our tradition, actually, we look at it as a beautiful triad, that we always say it's a triad of the body, breath, and mind. Okay. Okay. Now we'll go to the, yeah, come. Let's do some practice together now. I've been talking a lot. So I'm going to stop the screen sharing. Okay. We're going to do a gentle practice sitting down on the chair. Okay. I would love for some few of you also to have your, videos on. So it'll be nice to see a little more faces. And it's going to be a very simple practice, nothing complicated. You're going to see what yoga therapy, how therapy works, how we give for some people. Okay, so can we just sit down comfortably in the chair that you're in? Just sit comfortably. That's it. Only thing I request is see if you can place your feet on the floor or you sit crisscross, something. Okay, don't leave the feet hanging on the chair and don't cross your feet. Let your feet stay pressed. Yeah. Now just close your eyes. You will see how we use sounds also in our practice. Ma'am was interested in that. So I want to bring in that into the practice here. Just 3 times, I want you to inhale freely and exhale with a hum. Just 3 times. Once you finish that, continue to stay with your eyes closed. Let's connect with a beautiful moon. Say, visualize yourself sitting on the shores of a beach and you see a beautiful full moon shining white, bright. The reflection of the moon falling on the waves in the water. Listen to the sounds of the waves come and go. Connect to the peace and calm that the sounds bring you. And then you gently open your eyes. Now stay in touch with this intention, with this connection of this peace and calm. I want to give you a couple of movements to show you how you can do this, just seated on the chair in your desk when you probably have here and there few minutes between your patients. Okay, so when you inhale, I want you to inhale, and as you inhale, just raise your arms up and look up at your palms. You're breathing in a lot of peace and calm from the sea. Can we do this together? Just inhale, take your arms up and look up at your palms. That's it. Exhale with a hum now. Bring the arms down and bring the chin down. And when you're exhaling and coming down, hum. Okay. Can we do this for 4 more times? Connecting with we are breathing a lot of peace and calm. Inhale. Now you know what to do. You can even do this with your eyes closed. Exhale with a hum. Bring the arms down from the sides. Beautiful. Can we do this for this two more times? Inhale up. Let's breathe in a lot of peace, quiet and calm from the moon. Exhale. Lovely. Super. Now let's do one more movement. Yes. Wonderful. Thank you. Okay. Now we're going to do something. It's a seated twist. Okay. You don't have to move again. So this feels very comfortable. You can do it on your chair itself. So you're just going to inhale, arms here, and exhale, just twist. And then inhale in the center, and exhale, you twist to the other side. And then you inhale in center, and you exhale and relax. Very simple. So when you twist nicely, look back, You feel a twist in your spine, in your neck, and then you inhale, you open, and then you exhale and twist to the other side. You feel a lovely twist in your spine and your neck. It feels so nice. Lovely. So you can even stay for a few breaths now. Okay, we've been doing some movements, right? Now, let's experience staying in the twist. That will help you even more. So you can come a little forward on the chair. Okay, so just inhale here. Exhale, twist. You place your hand on your back like this. Okay, and the other hand, and then just twist. Stay in the twist itself and take few breaths. Just breathe over there. Okay, just twist your body to one side. And then just close your eyes and take some deep breaths. Feel your spine, your breath relaxing. Stay in touch, get in touch with the peace and calm and quiet from the moon as you stay and twist. Then you inhale, come to center. Now again, exhale, you twist to the other side. And now stay in this side for say 3 or 4 breaths. Same number of breaths you did on the other side. Make it meditative, connecting to the peace and calm and quiet. Then you inhale, come to center, and exhale, you gently bring your arms down. Lovely. Now, one last movement. You're just going to inhale, you raise your arms up, seated where you are. Exhale, you're just going to bend forward. Okay, and place your hands on the legs wherever you can. Inhale here. And on the exhale, you chant Om or Ma sound. Just do Ma. Ma. Then on the inhale, drag your hands on your legs and just come up and sit. Do this 2 more times, okay? Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, bend forward and place your palms on the legs. Now stay here for a breath. You inhale there. Exhale with Ma. Ma. And then on inhale, you drag your hands, take it up if you can. And exhale, bring your arms down and relax. Lovely, beautiful. Thank you so much for practicing along. I would like one of you to unmute and tell me how it was. Dr. Leena, you're the only one who has your video on.
Yeah, it was amazing. Very relaxing.
Okay. So, do you think you can, Dr. Bharti, do you mind answering this for me? Do you think you can do this between patients? Will you have the time between seeing patients?
I think it is doable.
It's doable, no?
Yes,
Great.
it's doable.
Great. So this is what, and did you see how we were using sounds? Have you practiced something like that before?
No. First,
So did you see, were you able to notice any difference by just because we use sounds? Was it any different for you in any way?
it's very short. I didn't find any difference right now. I think you need a practice, then
Practice,
you will
correct.
realize that.
Yeah. What about you, Dr. Leena?
I enjoyed it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, fine. So let's go back to the slides now. Just give me a second. Thank you for your sharing. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Now we finish this. We'll go to the next one. Okay. Now, yes, so you said, I'm going to take Dr. Leena's words. Thank you for that feedback. You said you really enjoyed it. And Dr. Bharti also said it was doable between between your consultations, which is beautiful. This is exactly what I want to say. So in Yoga Sutra, there are these 2 sutras which talks, not two, there are few sutras which talk about how the quality of practice should be and how practice should be. Like we talk about empowerment, right? So which is supposed to be the topic, self-empowerment. I feel empowerment to be a very strong word. For me, I connected it as abhyasa and vairagya. So so in Yoga Sutra, the sutra, it says, Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tannirodhaha Tatra Sthitau Yatno Bhyasaha. So like that, it says that with respect to Abhyasa, right? Practice should be regular, it should be long, it should be all your life. So it doesn't, and the practice will not remain the same always. Huh? As we grow, practice changes. And during different phases of our life, practice changes. During morning and night, practice changes. So we have to, as you keep practicing regularly, what will happen is you will start connecting to your body, your breath and mind in such a wonderful way that you will start responding, or rather understanding the feedback that your body and breath and mind are trying to give you. Say, sometimes, you have that intuitive connect. No, something tells you this thing is not fine. But what happens? We push it away and still go ahead and doing what we do. Now, when you practice regularly, you start listening to that thought that came to your mind. And oh, okay. Say, for example, you suddenly one day your knee is hurting. And then you think, what is going on? You push it aside. It starts hurting more. You still push it aside because you have work to do. You have so many things to do. But then finally, that simple knee pain that was in the beginning becomes something a lot more serious, wherein you'll have to go for physiotherapy, you'll have to take care of it, and so many things. Now, when you practice regularly, it's not necessary that the knee pain won't happen, because with age, the body's wear and tear is going to happen. Right. But you will know how to take care of it in a way that it doesn't go to the stage of pain. And in case of that, even if pain happens, vairagya, what will happen is you will know that these things are not good for me and you will avoid them. So removing the things which cause pain, which cause discomfort, which stops you from your practice is your vairagya. And continuing regularly, when you continue your practice regularly, then that is what is the self-empowerment. Because I feel these days there are so many tools that we come through. There is so much of variety. There is so many things. But then how far are we able to choose one thing and just stay with that? We always keep trying so many things, and so we keep scratching the surface of so many things. We don't go deeper into a practice. So when you go deeper into the practice, you feel more empowered, in the sense you will know how to take care of the signals that your body is trying to give you. So this for me is empowerment. We'll move on to the next one now. Okay, now practical empowerment. This is something that is personally for you. So what can you do? How can you do this practice every day? If you don't have half an hour, 1 hour to practice, which I'm sure you don't because you are all so busy, you can just do a centering practice before a meeting. Like what you did now, just take 3 breaths or 5 breaths. See, when you practice regularly for at least like 10 minutes in the morning, you start your day with a 10-minute practice. Between your meetings, just a 3 breath will actually make a lot of difference for you. You will quickly anchor. It doesn't take long for you to feel anchored and quiet. Gentle stretch at the desk. That is something which we did now. I just wanted to experience. I just gave you a couple of things. There are so many more things that we can do like this. Just sitting down on the desk itself before one. So you do just the taking the arms up alone between one thing. And the next time you do just the twist alone. So all this makes a lot of difference. Okay. The next thing is small rituals, consistency over intensity. Yeah, exactly. So it is important that you keep doing the practice again and again. Don't doing something which you're not ready to do. Say, for example, this student I spoke about, it's not necessary that he does something intensity, something strong like Surya Namaskar. But if he does a short practice given to him for handling his pain, that is what is best. And that practice will be 5 or 10 minutes. That's enough. That is enough. So similarly for you, It is your short practice that you do. That is enough for you. You don't have to force yourself to do something like, say my knee touching the toes, or I want to touch the floor. No, that's not the point. The point is you want to stretch your legs and stretch your back. So that function is more important. Next, breath awareness. Yes, between patients. So your stress reset, just taking the humming is an amazing tool. Okay, now there are two sounds that we use. Hum, we did which is a closing sound, right? And then I asked you to do ma. You open your mouth and you say ma. Okay, a lot of times, no, you just want to go, it's like that reset. You just want to just breathe out loud. When you do just your breath is short. But when you do ma, you can go ma. It's a sound. It becomes longer. The exhalation becomes longer. It is a very good way of releasing. Sometimes when you're angry, just do this and see, and then you just go. I have done it earlier where I would just go in the anger. You start like that. By the time you're in the fourth or fifth repetition, you just come down to like that. You actually calm down. Yeah, so that is yoga. This is yoga. So this is how you do yoga in your daily life. You use yoga like this. Just 3 breaths here, 4 breaths there. In the kitchen, in between cooking, you put something in the gas, you have 2 minutes there. Do it in the kitchen. I do my practice like that. Just choose one thing and then do it there. It feels so nice. That is yoga. This is how we weave in yoga therapy into our life. Okay, we'll move on to the next one now. This is one of my very favorite slides. I wanted to break this myth and reality thing. Okay. So people always think that when they come for classes, they say, I am not flexible, ma'am. I have never done yoga before. I can't touch my toes. These are all the common things. So that's what we say. It's not about flexibility. It's about what we want to achieve from that posture. That's it. It's not like you have to do. Krishnamacharya, apparently he would always say that if you breathe, you can practice yoga. That's it. Only thing is, for everyone, the practice is different. But everyone can practice yoga. Okay, and that's where yoga therapy works wonders, because the practice is for you. Next, yoga is mystical. Okay, now not really. That is some people's thought, but it's actually these days it is so practical and evidence-based. There are so many research papers that are being published on how yoga therapy is helping so many people, even people with breast cancer. I have personally worked with people. People with breast cancer, they can easily develop lymphedema. No, so actually, the therapeutic work, the postures, and the breathing helps them a lot in the lymphatic drainage, and it actually helps them to obviously reduce their stress, and that helps them to, when they are going through their treatment, the quality of the treatment improves because the mind calms down. So I have a student who used to go for her chemo, and I had told her to do some sounds, and then we would do she used to love this beautiful lotus was her comfort. So we had done a personal meditative practice for her with the lotus blooming. So every time she inhales, one petal slowly blooms, and when she exhales, the energy, calm energy from that petal is flowing through her body, like that. So this she was doing when she was waiting and getting her chemo done, and that helped her so much to calm down. So that obviously, improves the quality of the treatment that she is going through. So this is how yoga therapy works. Obviously, for someone with cancer, we can't expect to do a strong practice. No, something simple like how they did now, sitting down, or just a simple standing movement, and all can do wonders for them. Lying down and practicing can do wonders for them. Okay, next. Not for everyone. This is not true. Like I said, anybody can do. It is just that it has to be adapted to the person. Takes too much time. Again, no. Ma'am, I don't have half an hour or 1 hour to do a practice, ma'am. No problem. You have 2 minutes. You will have, I'm sure you can take out 2 minutes, maybe 3 or 4 times in a day. That's it. That is your practice. But if you do that regularly for a week itself, you will have the motivation to do a 5 minute practice the next week, because you will start enjoying the practice, and that will help you to practice more, and you will keep coming back to it. Okay, now we'll move to the next one. So this is one paper that was published by my teacher, Saraswati Vasudevan, on multiple sclerosis, how that helps, how yoga therapy helps for, students with MS. So we have worked with students with MS, with Parkinson's, and many such conditions. And we have seen how therapy has amazing, effects. It has really helped them. Say, for example, Parkinson's patients, when they walk in, a lot of times they come in with tremors. Okay. And then they do the practice, and by the time they leave, they're walking so comfortably. I have personally experienced and worked with 2 or 3 students who come to our, center here in Chennai. And there is a lot of work that we do with Parkinson's, with MS, with so many different fields like this. I'm going to stop screen share. Okay. Again, it's like, you two are my volunteers for everything today. I'm going to do like a quick consultation for any one of you so that you know what exactly goes into yoga therapy. Can one of you volunteer for me, please?
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much.
Frequently, doctors, they keep on sitting on the chairs for a long time.
Right.
So backache is a very common issue. So
Right.
something quickly for backache.
Okay.
The problem.
So before, so you are telling me backache, that is your main goal, right? Now the first thing that we'll do when you say backache, we'll ask them where in your back. So where in your back will you say the pains?
Upper back.
Upper back. Great. Okay, thank you. Next thing we ask them is, normally we ask them, we have the American Standardized Pain Scale, no? So we ask them to tell in the pain scale how much the pain will be. So say from 10 being the maximum and, 2 to 3 being minimum. So where do you say the pain?
3, 4.
3, 4. Exact. Great. So this and all goes in our consultation form. In our notes, we make a note of all this. Okay. Now, any other pre-existing conditions that I should know of?
Nothing else.
Okay. And no surgeries, no injuries?
No.
Okay. Are you on any medication currently?
No.
Great. Super. Thank you. So that's it. So then now we know that it's a pretty simple practice. Okay. So when you say this, obviously there'll be a lot more questions since we are short on time. I'm just trying to give you a glimpse of how this works. So now for upper back, I'm going to give you a very simple practice. Okay. I want you to just place okay, upper back now, is there like specific to any one side or both the sides, or where exactly in your upper back?
Yeah, more on left side.
More on left side. Okay, fine. Yeah. So what I want you to do is you just place your left palm on the right shoulder like this. Okay. Ensure that both your feet are well pressed on the floor and try to sit in a comfortable way, but try to keep your spine straight. You don't have to like force yourself or something. Just sit straight as comfortable. Okay. Now just watch me once. Now, as you inhale, breathe in, you're going to take the arm to the opposite side and follow it. And as you exhale, you're going to bring the arm back and place it on the shoulder. Yeah. Just look at your hand. So you're constantly looking at the finger. Yes. Do it 2 more times. Inhale, you open. Keep looking at your finger. Exhale, bring it all the way back and place it on the opposite shoulder. Beautiful. Thank you. Look to the other side, Dr. Jyoti. Just look at your finger all the way here. So this will actually, you will see, look at it. So you will actually feel a stretch here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Again, inhale, you open. Exhale, bring it back. Beautiful. Keep this arm down. Now do the same thing on the other side. 3 times on this side. The opposite hand. No, first you start with placing the palm on the shoulder. Inhale, you open. Exhale and bring it back. It's like you're drawing a slanting line with your hand. Now just let's add some sounds, okay? So inhale, you open. Exhale with a ma sound. Ma. Bring it back. Inhale, open again. Again, exhale with the same ma. Ma. Beautiful. Relax and bring the arm down. So you can do 5 times. How do you feel? Rather, let me ask that.
Yeah, it was good. It was
very
good.
short, but
Very short.
Yeah. But did you feel a stretch in the sides here, a little bit here?
Yeah, I could feel it.
Could feel it. Yeah. So ideally, we say at least start with 6 repetitions. Okay. So you do 6 times on this side. Okay. And then do 6 times on this side. And then you come to center. Take 3 breaths. You can do one more round of 6 repetitions like this. So this is something people with upper back strain. See, we have a lot of these software professionals who come. Okay. This is a common complaint, no, for them. So this is something we tell them to. I ask my students to actually put a small post-it and stick it on your laptop. Do this, do the stretch or put a reminder like that and stick it on the laptop. So every 2 hours or something, you see that and then, you just do movements 2, 3 times. So this is how you bring in yoga therapy into our life like that. Okay. So this was a small example for you. So now you say, I asked you, I forgot to ask you. So how many minutes do you think you have in a day to practically practice?
15-20 minutes.
Great. You can actually do a lot in that. So in 15-20 minutes, normally what we will do in the beginning, we'll teach you a pranayama. Okay, that is ideal for you. We'll also look in an Ayurvedic lens, we will look at what is your Prakriti type. If it's, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, by talking to you, by seeing you, we'll be able to understand a little bit of that with certain questions. And with that, we will suggest some pranayama for you. So you will start with some movements and then we'll give you this movement. No, actually, you take the arm and you take your neck also up. No, this is actually very good for your upper back. You'll actually feel nice. You inhale, take your arm up and look up. Look all the way up. That looking up makes all the difference. Yeah. And then exhale, bring the arm down and you bring your chin down. Yeah. So you do this. So ideally your progression will be pranayama. Then I'll ask you to do this movement for 6 repetitions. And then just take 3 breaths in the center without any movement. Then do this 6 times. Take a breath in the center. Then do this 6 times. Take a breath in the center. Then do this again 6 times and take a breath. And finish with pranayama. That's it. This will be like a 5 to 10 minute practice for you. So, and what we do is, our tradition is known for drawing these stick figures and all. So we always draw these cute little stick figures and we give it to our students. So that will give you what posture you have to do, what the breathing involved in that is. It's inhale or exhale. The drawings will be there and you do it based on that.
Can we take one more issue also?
Sure, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Because I find especially with the ladies,
Yes.
the age increases, the hormone level goes down, the female hormone. So
Correct.
they have more of bone problems. Like you talked about knee pain. So
Correct.
osteoarthritis, early changes, they are very common. So can you suggest for our colleagues something related to the knee pain also?
Yeah. So see, like I said, again, we do a lot of work with OA. I personally have students with OA. But like I said, no, just like how I asked you a lot of questions, right? So you said upper back pain, but then I asked you other comorbidities and all that also. Like that, for OA also, I need to know the student. So it is not about a condition. Okay, it's about the student. So now if it is for you, I can give you something. Now this practice itself that I told, even though Dr. Jyoti tried it, it's not exactly hers. It is more for you, right? You say, for example, Dr. Jyoti, it's not what I'm saying, but say she's also saying that she has upper back pain on the same left side or whatever. But I will ask a few more questions. And maybe if she says something else, I will change her practice a little bit. It won't be the same thing. So now when you're saying OA, if it is for you, I will ask you a few more follow-up questions and then I will add some work on the knee also for you in the practice. You
Yes.
understand? That
Yes.
is how we do with yoga therapy. I am so happy you brought in that question, So this reinforces that it's not about the condition, but about the student. For us, our students are like our heroes and heroines, we treasure them so much. So in our tradition, actually, they say that as a teacher, we are taught to do our own practice, which is so important. And more importantly, we need to meditate on our student. And that will actually guide us to give them a very good practice. So that connection with the student, again, that relationship, no, that's why I said it is so special to me and I connect so deeply with that definition of yoga. So the definition with the student defines it all. So Yeah, I think that's about it. I just
Yeah, any points regarding the early osteoarthritis? Any? Yeah.
Yeah, so what happens is normally, like you said, the synovial fluid will reduce,
Yeah.
right? There are so many things. So the dryness. So say if they are around their 55 plus years of their life, no, generally in Ayurveda, that is considered as the Vata Prakriti phase. Okay, the predominantly it's Vata, which basically means drying happens. Okay, so that is when these fluid and all they start to reduce from that perspective, from the Ayurvedic lens. So what happens is we definitely ask the students if they don't have amadosha, like a constipation or something, then just slightly warming sesame oil, no, apply that on the knees. Okay, and then you do a gentle practice. First, I have to see again. I'll ask the student. I'm just okay. I'm just assuming that I'm talking to a student now. Okay, so they have come with OA pain here. I'll ask them which knee, and then I'll ask them the level of their pain, and then I'll ask them when is the pain. Okay, is it always there, or is it there only when you sit for some time and then get up? Only then the pain is there, or when you're lying down for some time, when you wake up in the morning, the pain is there. So now, for example, I'm in my mind, I'm thinking of a 60-year-old gentleman who has OA. Yesterday, I met him and I gave him practice. So I am talking now, actually keeping him in my mind as reference. This is not for everyone. Okay, I am using him as an example now. So for him, he's slightly on the heavier side. Okay, and he has pain and when he sleeps and gets up in the morning, there is a lot of discomfort. So what we did was in the bed itself, I gave him a gentle practice first. So to help him to stretch the muscles around the areas of the knee. So that way there is some flexibility and a little bit of work on the hips lying down. Okay, so when he gets up, there is not that throbbing pain. Okay, and then he slowly starts to walk, he gets better. And before he does the practice, we tell them apply some oil in your joint and then do the practice. Actually, it helps a lot. Oiling of the joints after 50, 55. I even told my father, he actually has spondylosis. So he does the practice. So at that time, I told him, start oiling your joints when the phase of dryness happens. Okay, that helps a lot along with the practice, it helps a lot. And of course, see breath, and then when there is a lot of pain, obviously you're not able to do any movement. No problem. Just place your hands on the knee and then just close your eyes and breathe and connect to some source in nature or something that you feel is higher than you and that you feel is something that brings a sense of joy for you. Say I have students who connect with their she lives in the US now. She used to have like a beautiful portico in their house in between where when it would rain, she would sit there and she would enjoy the rain in Bombay. So that was her favorite space. That brings her a lot of peace and calm. So that's like something that's energizing for her. So we did a prenatal class together. So during her pain at that time when she was going to have her contractions, the practice was to connect with how she would feel when it rained there, how she would feel that raindrop fall on her a little bit here and there, and that would bring some happiness to her, and take that energy to the area where there is discomfort. So now say if so for someone it's the moon, connect with the moon and then take that energy to the pain where the area where there is pain. And when you breathe out, feel as though you are breathing that pain, you're breathing that discomfort away. So these kind of practices, we slowly weave in all this into the 10-15 minutes that you tell us. So this is how we work. This is what is yoga therapy.
Yeah, very nice to listen and learn few practices also.
I should say thank you because see, since I all like I told it's lovely when we engage, when people ask questions, and that way we answer, and it's always practical. Then this is not a topic that is theoretical. We should experience it, and then that's beautiful that way.
Yeah, so I'll request Dr. Bharti, madam. Madam, you're still...
Before we finish, I would like to finish with a short prayer, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. My gratitude to all my teachers, my students, my mentors who helped me with this presentation and guided me for this session. Dr. Leena, who's been coordinating with me and helping me with coming up with the right topic. So thank you. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Aarthi.
Thank you, Dr. Aarthi. Hello.
Yes, Dr.
It
Bharti.
was it was a really practical session. And in the practice, what you can do, what I have learned and should be for all is that consistency is very important. Although it could be a few minutes to begin with, but the consistency I think will make a lot of difference. So long-term effects, whatever you would like to, if suppose have, it has to be consistency. So that is what I gain from you. And another, every day, as you say, at least 5 minutes or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever you time can take it out consistently, you should take it out and be with yourself. That is something I think is missing a lot in day-to-day practice of especially doctors. So this was all very wonderful and that could be doable. Only we need little practice. Then you will start understanding things. One more very important thing and very interesting to me especially was you have done a special further studies in yoga and you have been pursuing some studies. So what about that? Could you please tell us like what way you can do that studies and which institute it is?
Yeah. So thank you for that question. So I studied in Yoga Vahini Institute here in Chennai.
Okay.
Our institute actually is associated with IAYT also, which is the International Association of Yoga Therapists. It was the first institute in India to get that certification. It's not an easy certification to get. Their enrollment details and all that. They have a very stringent, uh, you know, um, requirement
Okay.
for the certification. Yeah. So our course, the Yoga Vaidya course that I did, was almost 2.5 to 3 years long. So every 6 months, we would take a different organ system. Say, for example, we started with first thing we started with was Yoga Sutra. So first, and you can't go and study Yoga Vaidya directly. First, you have to do Yoga Acharya, which is also again a 2 year course. And in Yoga Acharya, we speak about generally about practices for a healthy human being. What can be done? So we learn about asana. The general foundation is laid. We talk about the principles of practice, and then we discuss about Yoga Sutra. Yoga Sutra is given a lot of importance in our tradition. Our teacher is too good at that. And then we see and learn how Yoga Sutra can be used as a workbook. It's a beautiful psychology workbook, actually. There is so much of self-reflective tools there in that one tiny book, in those 197 verses. There is just magic that can be done with that, actually. Uh, so after the Acharya, we go into Vaidya. So we look at Yoga Sutra from a Chikitsa perspective, from the perspective of as a Vaidya, how you look at Yoga Sutra first. So because that helps in the personal development as a therapist, right? Our practice, like I said, our practice is very important. And unless and until, as a teacher, as a therapist, our practice is strong, we cannot offer to other people. We strongly believe in that. So now after that, then the first 6 months we study about musculoskeletal system. So we studied, say, for example, about scoliosis, about ankylosing spondylosis, about fibromyalgia. So how, when students come with different conditions, we on a very, very common level, we just know what causes this thing and what happens when students come with these things. Those are the things, prerequisites, not like how you guys and all have studied. It's a very simple thing, but just to understand, because when a student come, they only say that, I have been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So then we'll need to know what is that, right? So that for just that understanding, we know what it is. And then we look at it from the yogic perspective, from the yoga perspective, what we do, what we are not supposed to do. So how we practice ahimsa here. So we have a yoga model. So in Yoga Sutra, there is a sutra which says Heyam Dukham Anagatam. So Heyam is the first thing that the students come with, the condition that they come with, that's called as Heyam. And then we look at the next thing, which is the Hetu, which basically means we reflect on what is the root cause for that problem. Okay, say if someone comes with a low back pain, say sciatic pain, for example, sometimes the pain could also be triggered just because they actually have constipation, and the student is not really aware of that because it's putting pressure on the sternum there, and that is pressing against the nerve, and that could be a reason, and that is a trigger. So they will be addressing the pain in many ways, but their bowel movements will not be fine, they'll be constipated, and we would not have known that at all. So when we do our consult, we go to that. The main reason could be that also. So when they'll work on their digestion, then that improves. The bowel movement improves, the pressure on the low back improves, and that stops putting that pressure on the nerve there. As we are strengthening the back also, then the pain goes away. So you start making connections like this. I have a student which is very interesting. He has a lot of stressors at home. Okay, so when he's at home, he gets a very bad backache. He traveled almost 3 or 4 hours in the car. I told him, sir, you can do this, you can do that for your pain in the car. You can maybe use a pillow, then you might feel better. And then he said, madam, you won't believe, when I went there, no, I didn't have pain at all. So the pain can actually a lot of times come just because of your environment also. So, and then he made that connection, how stress can actually cause pain. So that is another. So we study about all this, doctor. So coming back to your question of how we study. So it's a 2.5 year, 2.5, 3 year course. And we do a research at the end of it. Everyone chooses a certain topic that they are very passionate about. So I have always been passionate about women's health. Especially, I've always found that people who find it difficult to conceive go through a lot of stress. And, somehow it is never addressed. I did a lot of research and studying on this topic before I, did my research. So at that time, there was this one person called Alice Domar in Canada. She has done one study on this, and she said the stress levels in patients who find it difficult to conceive is equal to those who have a treatment for cancer. It's that bad. But when we say the word cancer, there is so much of stress and it's given importance, but these women are not attended to, because it's not. And in fact, the society puts so much more pressure. The minute you're married, within 1 year, if you've not conceived, they are like, oh, you've still not had a child. But poor thing, that woman is actually going through so much.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Actually, one more thing I wanted to ask. Like you said, chanting and yoga, how can it be integrated? And sort of, I think you said that. Uh, So, what was it actually?
Okay, so now we have a lot of chants, no? See, in Taittiriya Upanishad, there is one simple chant, okay, called Ayur Mantra. Which can be, if people connect to sounds, which a lot of people do, and sounds are very therapeutic, right? So the first line in that, it simply says, Om Ayur Dhehi. That's it. So sounds also, one more very important thing, sounds help to lengthen a person's exhalation. So in therapeutic practice, the first thing that we try to do is lengthen the person's exhale. When the exhalation begins to lengthen, then automatically the inhale also lengthens. And when the exhale lengthens, they calm down more. The parasympathetic nervous system can get triggered more easily. They can, feel less stressed. And the functionality, the physiology also improves that way. The blood flow improves to different parts of the body. So that is how, the pain is also addressed. So exhalation is so important. On the mind level, you are actually letting go things. You're learning to let go things. You're learning to let go that pain. So that way you're exhaling it out. You're breathing it out, that way it helps. So sounds help to lengthen your exhale. So we use sounds. Say, for example, if I want someone to connect to earth, Prithvi. So in that, there is one line, Prithvi me sharire shrita. This is a different chant. It's called Lagunyasam. So like this, we see what can be used for the student. We try to weave it in. On exhale, we give them sounds. In a forward bend, no? For example, if you want to do, you inhale, like how I made you do ma, you can actually do inhale, you do om, and then you come back. The next time you inhale, you do you. And then the next time you will do Dehi. Now, first week, the students will practice like this because their breath can be short. Then you can do Om, Ayur. Two sounds can be connected in one breath because the exhalation lengthens. Then 1 plus 2 and 3. So you do the entire thing Om, Ayur, Dehi together. So this is how we weave in asana practice. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, lovely.
Yes, yes, yes. This is what actually I wanted to know, because we do chanting in ISKCON, and I always say it is a vibration meditation.
Yes.
The sound is always very important, how you practice it. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks.
So thank you, Aarthi. So it's time to close the session now. And
Taken so.
we'll continue with our transformative journey, and we'll meet you next month. And thank you, Aarthi, once more. I'll close the session now. Thank you.
Thank you.